today we're gonna practice our morning flow together, just to get our bodies waking up, ready for the day, shaking off any sleepiness, any tightness from the night before. So let's begin by finding a comfortable seated pose. This could be kneeling for you, cross-legged. You could put a pillow or a blanket under the seat to raise it, whatever works for you today. So in our Sukhasana, seated, comfortable pose, we'll begin here by just inviting the breath in and out. Find that nice length in the spine, in and out. We'll begin with some gentle head rolls just to ease any tension in the neck, so lowering the chin, rolling the head, just little half circles. Maybe there's a tight spot you might notice this morning. Just work into that area a little bit more. Releasing back to center, bringing the chin back up. And we'll take some gentle side stretches together, our Parshvasukasana. So taking your hand down to the side, lifting the opposite arm up, sweeping it up and over, finding that length in the side body, breathing in and out, lifting up through the waist, inhaling back to center, and repeat on the opposite side, laying the hand down onto the mat and sweeping the opposite arm up and over. Finding that length in the side body, lifting up and out through the waist. Feeling that expansion in the side ribs and the lung, filling with air. And then inhaling back to center. We'll take a gentle twist, just taking your right arm over to the opposite knee. Taking the other hand behind, you can just gently press in the mat behind, the floor behind, or even rest on the sacrum. And we're going to slowly lift up the spine, keeping the gaze forward, and like a spiral staircase, turn the spine, bring it round. And as we get to the top, taking the gaze gently over the shoulder. Inhaling tall and exhaling to unwind. And repeat on the other side. Taking the opposite hand to the knee and bringing our right arm behind us. Lifting up, gaze forward. And slowly turning the spine like a spiral staircase all the way up from the base, up through the ribs. As we get to the top, the gaze just gently goes over the shoulder. Inhaling tall for our Parvati twist. And exhaling back to the center. And from here we're going to find our tabletop. Hopefully Jonesy doesn't mind moving out of the way for me today. So we're going to find our Brahmanasana, our tabletop, stacking the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees under the hips, finding a comfortable base for you today. The toes can be tucked like this or tuck them under, whatever's good for you. And we're going to take some rounds of cat-cow together, our Madhyasana and Bithilasana. So pressing up through the hands, we're going to press and arch our back. Rounding the spine, broadening across, exhaling, and then dropping the chest, shining it forward, lifting the gaze, inhaling. And again, exhaling, rounding and pressing the back, really press up through the hands. And inhaling, dropping down, lifting the chest up and forward. I'll do one more round, exhaling it all out. Inhaling. And coming back to our tabletop Brahmanasana. We'll take a thread the needle, our Urdhva Mukha Pasasana. So taking your left arm forward, and we're going to scoop it underneath the opposite shoulder, taking it down. Rest on the mat. You can always lift it up and rest on the forearm if that feels more accessible to you today. Inhaling to come up, pressing up with the arm. Coming back to our tabletop. Lifting the opposite arm forward, your right arm. And scooping that up and under. Go as low as you need to today. You could always place a pillow under here as well if you need the extra support, like some cushioning. That can feel really nice. Feeling that gentle twist. Inhaling to come up, pressing up. Finding our tabletop again as we're going to press back for our child's pose, Balasana. Taking the seat back onto the feet, walking the hands gently forward, releasing them to the earth. Just relaxing the head forward. You could always rest the head on a cushion or a brick. The hands don't have to be forward either. They could be resting behind you. Or in front, you could take a prayer over the head. We're going to inhale, pressing back up into our tabletop. We're going to come to our first down dog of the day, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So tucking the toes under, and we're going to lift up, lift your knees up and begin to press the seat back, pressing the hips back into the space behind us. Lifting up, pressing into those hands in front of you. Really spreading the fingers out. Pressing up and through the chest, up long through the spine. Dropping the gaze down between the thighs. You can always take some time to pedal the legs out a little bit here. Ease off any tension. Feet don't have to drop back, they can be on the toes. You can have legs bent. A gentle start to your morning. We're going to come forward for our low lunge and Jani Asana. So you'll sweep the left leg up gently behind you to then crunch it forward, press it up into the chest, tucking it up, lifting forward. So gently rest it in front of you, frame it with the hands. You can lower the back knee, release the back toes. And inhaling, lifting up. Finding that length in the spine, pressing into the feet, drawing that hip crease back here to square the hips off. You can stay here with the hands on the hips. You could rest forward, you could sweep them up, open them up. Ready for our half split, or also called a runner's lunge sometimes, our Ardha Hanumanasana. So sweeping the arms forward, we'll stroke them back down to the earth, sweeping the fingertips down to the mat as you gently pull that back leg. Hello. Pulling the hip crease back, flexing the front toes up, finding our level, balancing the hips. You can always come up for this as well if it feels more accessible, or have the hands rested on bricks either side. Feeling that stretch in the hamstring. And then coming back forward, bending that front leg again to come back into our low lunge, framing the front of the foot, tuck the back toes under. And we're going to lift it back up into our down dog. So taking the front leg back and back into our down dog. Pressing strong through the hands, lifting up through the seat, feeling that length. We're going to take the opposite leg up and then tuck that up. Really tuck it up to the chest as much as you can as we then bring it forward, dropping the back knee, framing the foot with the hands. Inhaling to come up into our low lunge, our Anjani Asana. Ready for our half split, bringing the arms up, inhaling and exhaling them back down, sweeping them down the mat. And as you draw the fingers back, the hip crease pulls back, the toes turn up to flex. You could be rested on your bricks here, standing for it. Easing into that stretch. Inhaling forward and exhaling back for our down dog. Pressing up through the arms. And we're going to walk the feet gently forward, ready for a little forward fold to finish off with. So you can just walk the feet forward, bringing the hands to meet. You can take a really generous bend in the knees here. Resting the chest onto the thighs, really big generous bend here. And just resting the hands on the floor, they could hug and hang. Our forward fold, Uttanasana. Allowing gravity to just pull you down. Allowing the weight to sink. Feeling that length across the spine, down the neck. Releasing the hands to the earth. Gently come back into a seat. Whatever way feels most accessible to you. Gently coming back down. Joining back in our nice Sukhasana, our seated pose at the beginning. Just take some gentle breaths together. Inhaling and exhaling. Feeling like you've shaken off that slumber. The body's waking up. Opening up our chest, ready to receive the day. Ready to face whatever may come your way today with an open heart. Inhale and exhale. Taking one hand to the heart, the other to the belly, feeling that slow rhythm. Feeling that gratitude for your body, what it's allowed you to do today. Sending thanks to yourself for taking time for this practice today. And taking that gratitude throughout your day.